Hello everyone, I hope you are all are safe. Contesting for the post of General Secretary Hostel Affairs, IIT Bombay. As someone who has been involved in the Hostel to Council as the Maintenance Secretary and later as the Maintenance Councillor, I envision an institute steered by an Hostel Affairs Council, driven by the details of accountability, transparency, and sustainability. To this goal, if elected, I would focus on bringing much needed transparency in the working of HA Council and aim to focus on key areas like digitalization, healthcare, and campus review. Students in this institute need someone with a fresh perspective to solve the core issues faced by the broader student community, and this is what I am bringing to the table. So, regarding the digitalization of hostel records, firstly, what all will happen is currently the records which are being there in the table form, they would be transferred to transfer by the entire process would be outsourced by a company. So in that day, all the medical records, all the essential records basically which are required would be transferred online on the portal, and that would be integrated with the medical office basically. So the approximate, I don't have the exact cost which would be required because a lot of factors need to be considered regarding the logistics and and the server load which would and the database needs to be uploaded on the cloud. So I don't have the exact number, but approximately it would take about 10 lakh to 10 lakh to 20 lakh to happen. So firstly, regarding the projects which happen in the institute, so there are, as you can see in the manifesto, there are many digitalization projects which are lined up. So regarding this project, it may take a period of time like 6 to 7 months to get it done, but it would be initiated as early as possible because I guess it is a need of the hour because many students do require their medical records outside the institute as well and they are not available. So if we could do this as early as possible, as early as possible. So, firstly, like as you must all must have observed that the number of eateries in the institute are decreased. The reason behind that is we don't have enough essential documents which are required to establish an eatery, and the institute was pretty reluctant to develop and permanent infrastructure, and there aren't enough right locations as well. For example, regarding the position of the campus of was there, so we can't have a permanent structure as recently estate officers pointed out some issues. So and I guess as the number of PPs are reduced, we do need an alternative. For example, and shipping container is one of the major alternatives which I believe can happen. For example, like it is something which is widely practiced in the foreign countries, and as far as the structural integrity is concerned, they are pretty strong and like their life is expected life is also around 4 to 5 years that it may exist if handled with care, with a handled with care. And the locations, as far as the locations are concerned, one is near actual 1314, one is near the physics in the physics parking lot, and one which I had in mind was near the HPP and 16. So that would be bought by the vendor itself, who would be and as far as I checked the costing, and the size of the shipping container would be 22 by 8 feet, and enough. It is enough to set up a small eatery in that in those size of canteen, and it would be like when the tender would be floated, it would be mentioned that the theater has to bring his own shipping container, and it is not that costly, he can and many people would be interested. Many theaters would be interested in getting into this. So basically, the regarding the branded food outlets, so like during the past, the MOU was about to be signed, but the problem which happened, as I mentioned earlier, that the estate officer pointed out a error in pointed out an issue with the location. So basically, I have been in contact with the estate officer, and after discussing with them, we have found out the alternate locations which have been there, which we can use. So and which we can use, and that was the main issue regarding the location. So if we solve it, then I guess I believe that we could go. So regarding the private, regarding it first. So firstly, in the past HSSC minutes, which it was decided and it was about to happen that a that it was going to be established near the YP gate. But the problem was that regarding the issue who was currently was handling that issue due to his personal reasons, he wasn't able to go through that issue. And after that, Corona happened and follow-up wasn't being taken on this issue and things haven't been worked out. So all the permissions have been given. The committee had accepted for a private clinic, so it won't be. And regarding the issues which would be catered, all the major, it would be a basic generic clinic which would basically sort of pre-medic, which would solve major issues, and then depending upon the need of the students, we could by taking a survey, we could ask any specific issue needs to be catered, and we would get that kind of a medical doctor in that clinic. And regarding the private insurance, the thing is that it has been observed that many PhD students, especially, have some health issues and which are not covered in the private insurance. So, which are not covered in the current insurance which they have. So, privatizing may slightly increase some cost, but definitely it would help in the longer run. Basically, as a number of people do face some issues, and it would be definitely beneficial for all the students. And I guess health has become a priority for everyone since the COVID which has happened. So I guess many of students would be agreeing with this, and we could definitely have this. So, firstly, like the thing which happens right now in the institute is we only have a single gender sensitization workshop sort of thing, but orientation at the start of the freshman year, and we want sort of follow up and keep on reminding people regarding that. So, a short clip for 1 minute or 30 seconds, basically, it would be something similar to the tobacco awareness video which runs in the theaters during movies. So, and there are many events like which happen in the common and LTPCSA for all the students. And although and there are all the events in which we have a screen, we would play small videos, creating it would, and as it would be an animated video, we won't be showing some inappropriate things, and basically to sort of create awareness among the students and keep on reminding them that. And I guess it is necessary that we keep on reminding people that it is something which we need to keep in our mind. workshop, it would be basically a video which would be played in the beginning of it. It's a short trip, a small video which would be played. So like workshop actually I meant is a small video which would, and that would, as it would keep happening at a number of events, it would be a sort of workshop basically, and we could have different videos in every video so that in future so that we create more awareness. And as because just to avoid one thing that people don't make fun of it. For example, regarding the tobacco awareness video, people have started making fun of it as we have the same video. So in future we could change the video, and like for different events we could have different videos. So and just a small 30-second or 1 minute video, so just to make people aware that it is something sensitive issue and we need to care about it. So that is why I called it a workshop, because there will be a series of videos which will be created. Firstly, past champions are voluntary people who basically, if they see something inappropriate is happening, they report it to the vendor cell and an action is taken. So, and I won't be interfering in the selection process of the committee basically. Once the councils, why not the sports council, cultural council, once they have been formed, like it is a voluntary process. Those who are in one of the council members or more than that, the people who are willing will apply for this post, and they would become a post champion. So, and the reason why I wanted to involve all the councils is basically, for example, the cultural council, they interact with a huge number of people, and I guess all the post champions won't be there so to attend all the events. And as basically a post champion from cultural council, as he interacts with a number of people and as he gets in contact with so many people, he would be able to cover more ground basically, and it will help us in basically keeping control on such malpractices which happen. No. Post champion is a voluntary process. For example, in let's consider insight. Then once the head board is made and we have the complete head board, then one of the the people who usually will have a sort of process, and people who voluntarily want to apply for this, and I guess many people do voluntarily apply for this process, but as people are not aware of this, we don't have a huge number. So if some people from the council apply, then especially it will definitely help. We definitely increase the number of people, and as each council interacts with a different crowd, basically, you will be able to cover more ground of the institute and cater more people. So, InstiConnect portal will basically be similar to the one institute LinkedIn, basically, so where you will put all your interests, what you have done in the past, for example, the alum, what PRs they have they were holding during their college life, and all such things. So basically, it would help. For example, basically, it would help the students to connect to the right alumni who matches with their interests, and it would basically, and somewhere or the other, it would keep the alumni connected with the students, as students would always approach them. So it would be a sort of social media network of the institute in which alumni and the students interact.
So I'm starting. I would like to thank BBC for enabling me to reach the broader audience through this interview. I would also like to extend my heartiest gratitude to all the patient listeners. Please make sure that you vote on the 13th of March for a new change. Thank you.